Hello there, this is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, doing a quick follow-up on Friday. Actually, I'm going to show you 3 new stamp sets. Stamps, I should just say stamps. It's the large stamps that are in the new catalog, which I could now show you the inside of the catalog, which is so exciting. Lots of fun. So I decided I would kind of play with that. And also, I had talked about, if you're not sure about watercoloring, to go ahead and emboss the image and then use your water painters. And I just wanted to double check how well it worked with the watercolor paper and the shimmer paper. So I did do a little sampling of that. I wasn't quite sure. Our old watercolor paper was sort of dimpled, and so I was worried about that. The new paper is not quite as dimpled, so it worked just great. So whether you're joining me now, you're joining me later, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a hostess club this afternoon, first of the year. So we've been running around getting everything ready for that and for open house next Saturday. So have just a couple of little quick things to show you. And with the big stamps, I always use the Stamparatus. I just find it less cumbersome than using some of the bigger blocks, because I just have a hard time holding them. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to turn the camera around and we will get started here. Ta-da. There we go. Close your eyes if this bothers you. We're going to take a little stroll down memory lane. Here we go. Not really, but there. I'm going to make it a little bigger. There we go. It's okay. You know, we're stamping journey. That's right here. Okay, so here are my little people. So this is shimmer paper. So I don't know if you can kind of see the shimmer, but you can see that I embossed him. And so all the little colors will stay in their lanes. The only one is that there is no lane difference there where his beard starts and his face is. But other than that, you can see that they all kind of just stayed in their lane. It embossed well on the shimmer. And this is the watercolor paper. So same thing. It embossed well, played with it, you know. So if you're afraid to just stamp it with StazOn and use your water painters, emboss it. I embossed it with, so I stamped it with Versamark and then embossed it with black embossing powder, heated it up, voila. So that kind of simplifies it. It's almost like paint by number at that point. You know, I would say that when you're using a fine photopolymer, ink it up really good with the Versamark, press it down, but don't smash it down. Because sometimes you kind of change the lines a little bit. I had some people that were a little heavy-handed, and then you kind of thicken the lines. So you don't need to smash it down. Just ink it very well, put it down, give it a good firm press on the corners so you get it in there, and then voila, you can emboss away and then try the aqua painter. So if that helps, I hope that helps. I love to do it either way, but this simplifies it and makes it into color by number. So we have 3 new stamp sets that are these big ones in the new catalog, in the mini catalog. I like background stamps. They're kind of fun. They simplify things. And this one was really cool. So I did play with this one, the Watercolor World. I did play with that one today, just a little while ago, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do today. And I paired it up with a set that is retired, but many of you may have. It's the Here Together set, because I love the verses and the meaning of this set. So this is like one I would always keep. But so here's what I did. I stamped the world, and then every act of kindness changes the world. And I just thought that was kind of a fun, meaningful thing with everything going on. But the other thing I was thinking, if you were writing to, you're over here in the States and you're writing to somebody over here, you could put a little rhinestone where you are, a little rhinestone where they are. You know, you could connect it with a dotted line or something. You know, I mean, there's so many different things you could do with this Whirl stamp. I think it's very cool. You get all the lights and darks as a distinctive stamp. Very easy. So I had it on my Stamparatus, and I will do some of these other ones here so I can show you how I set up my Stamparatus. So any of them are, I think they're really cool. So with this one, this is going to take your whole sheet, so you really don't need your magnetic strips on here. But what I do is I take it out. I don't always put the big sticker on because once I take this paper off on the back, it will stick fine without having a sticker on it. So what I do is I usually take the sticker, I open up the back of my set here, the plastic, and I put it right in here. So you can see it front and back, and then it just stays there. So when I'm using the Stamparatus, now I just have one plate on here. I'm going to put these on the back before I break them here. So there's a little spot right on the back. I have packing tape on mine so that it's easier to pick up and place. Ta-da, just like that. So I just have my Stamparatus plain. I don't have, because this is red rubber, I don't need that foam. Some people still use the foam. I think these are going to be fine without it. But I do love to have the paper in here. So if I ink up over it, that's where I go. Now, generally, I put everything in this logo corner because my friend Stephanie taught me to do that. But when you have something this large, you're not going to want to, depending on which way you're stamping it, whatever. But what I would say is mark it. Like if I was doing this in class, I would mark where I'm lining it up, so they know exactly where to line up their paper, because this is going to be over here. But the other thing I do is, so that I don't put pressure on my hinges here, I always put an ink pad underneath. This gives this a nice flat surface. So it doesn't put pressure on the hinges, and it also gives you a solid surface when you're inking up your stamp, which is going to be on this side. So what I would do for placement is, so I'm going to peel off this paper. Ta-da. And I'm going to put this right here. Generally, what I do is I try not to get too close to the hinges. It's a little bit, there's more give further out. You're going to sway it further out. Otherwise, you have to kind of give it some extra pressure here, and I would rather not put pressure on the hinges here. So I'm going to do like this. Place your stamp where you want it. Then you close this up and just press, and voila, there you go. So your stamp is stuck on that sheet. Now with this particular one, they showed it with all different colors. I mean, you could do anything. So I'm just kind of setting this in the center. I'm not going to use my my magnets because, the whole thing's going to be covered. But if you have, you could put just a little bit of your tape on here. I had some removable tape, but just a little tiny piece to hold it in place in case you have to double. Let's see if I can get just a little of this off. Yeah, in case you have to double do it, and hopefully that won't be too much. I'm going to make it a little less sticky by putting my fingers all over it. Okay. Because if you miss a spot, the beauty of the Stamparatus is that everything is staying in place. If you miss a spot, you can go back, re-ink it, and ink it up again. So I thought maybe I have all my brushes right here. So I thought I would maybe kind of play around with adding some color to this stamp. Let's see, are you seeing the whole thing? Yeah, you are. Okay, that's good. Hello, Lisa Marie. Oh, my friend that I think we will see in Norway. Let me pull some colors here. I thought this would be really cool just in black and have it kind of, you know, black and white, it would look kind of cool. Here's a Highland Heather. So let me pull out. I'm just gonna apply some color to the stamp. I did not pick anything out ahead of time. I haven't. Is it bad to say I haven't really prepared here? But I'm just gonna brush this. So this will be pretty. It should be pretty light. If you're gonna directly put that on, it'll be darker. But I'm just gonna try to play with some colors here. You could use the daubers, you could use the brush, you could do anything. We're just gonna putz around here a little bit. So I have that corner. What else do I have here? I have fresh freesia. That's kind of light. I think we'll go with something a little bit darker. Sweet sorbet. Here we go. And if the colors mix up, it doesn't matter either, right? Because, there we go. You can see that one's a little bit darker. They'll kind of blend into each other. This will probably end up looking like a big Easter egg. I don't know. Here's pumpkin pie. Maybe fall. I'm just pulling out my brushes and seeing what comes up. So not a lot of planning going on here. I just want to, so when you use your brushes, you just swirl it around on your ink pad here. Of course, the middle of the pad is the one that the ink is gone faster, right? Because everybody stamps in the middle of the pad. There we go. Okay. I got hair all over that one. All right, let's see. What other color do I have here? Get something darker. Here is, oh, Night of Navy. That's darker. Let's smack that right in the middle and see what happens. I should close that so I'm not putting so much pressure on my ink pad either. We're going to put some Night of Navy in here, see what happens. Just add a little bit of dark here and there. Drama. Let's add some drama. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to keep spreading out. All right, what's this? Shaded spruce. Yum. I love shaded spruce. Where is mine? Mine's not out here. Well, I guess I won't do shaded spruce. Then you lose out, shaded spruce, because I don't know where you are. What's this one? And that's cinnamon cider, which is gone. Tahitian Tide. Tahitian Tide. Here we go. I think because I'm taking so long, I am going to have to maybe spritz it, right? Add some water on here and you'll get sort of a watercolor look. Okay. Let's just see what happens. Let's see. Do I have a spritzer right here? I have aqua painter. I thought I had a spritzer here somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. No, that's not it either. Okay. Well, I guess I don't. This one has nothing in it. Okay. We're not going to spritz. We're going to drip. How about that? So I'm just going to drip some color on here. Water. Dot, 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 all over. And let's see what it looks like. Might be interesting. Might not. Let's see what we come up with. So I'm going to give it a good press. This is scary. This is like winging it. I have no idea what's going to be on the other side of this paper. Oh, it's kind of cool. Kind of watercolory. I'm going to give it more of a press here because remember, it dips down because we have our hinges up here. So I'm just going to push a little bit extra there. Ta-da! That's kind of cool. Batik-y looking. And then I put the sticker on it. There we go. That's fun. It would be better if I spritzed it. But I didn't have my spritzer here. We sell them in 3-packs. But that's kind of cool. Sort of fun. The other thing that you can use instead of using big pads is if you have the little spots, and if you have the spots from Paper Pumpkin, those are very easy to ink up and work with the Stamparatus on if you're kind of closing in on. But that's kind of cool. I like that. I'm happy with that color. Okay. So that's one. I'll have to come up with a, I'm going to turn that around. I'll have to come up with a card for that for next week, Friday. So that's one of the big stamps. I'm just going to clean this off here. And normally what I have too when we're using the Stamparatus a lot is our chamois. And I have one that I cut smaller and then I use that on here, which works very well too. Right now I'm just doing it quick here. There we go. But I want to just see just with black, how that one would look too. I think this is a cool pattern, so I'm excited about it. Where's my paper towel? I had some. Oh, someday I'll be prepared. I'm just drying this off with my hand. There we go. Okay, let's just try. Let's just try it like this. I'm just going to set that down. I'm not going to put any tape on it. I just want to see what it looks like. So I'm kind of twisting a little bit, just putting my, and you can, with this, it's so easy to see where you have your ink, right? With the Memento. I'm just using Memento on here. This would be a cool background, very stark, like, and then to put flowers across the middle or something. Just kind of, there we go. I'm just going to sneak it up a minute, see how I do. Over here is where I have to give it extra pressing. Zebra-like. Ta-da. Isn't that a cool pattern? I mean, I think you could even then take this and color in some of these. Like it's all pieced, so it would look pieced. Put some color into it. I think that would look cool too. And did you know you can also ink this up with Versamark, stamp it, make sure you get a good stamp, and then emboss. So you could emboss the whole sheet, which would be kind of cool too. So, all right. Now let's carry on. I'll quick wipe this off and then we'll check. The next one is the hand-drawn dots. So again, it's a big stamp like this. I have a hard time holding those great big huge blocks to hold a stamp that's this big, and that's why I think the Stamparatus is the perfect option. And also on a stamp this big, if you miss an area, you can just plop it right back down. There you go. There. The other option is that you can color like a section at a time. So if I inked up one section, put it down, then I want to ink up a different section, put it down. Because like on this one, everything got dry, but isn't that cool? I think that's really neat looking paper. I think it looks kind of neat with it just dripped on. It's just drippy. So you just peel it right off because I don't have the sticker on it. And then I just set it right back inside my case. So, okay, here's the hand-drawn dots. Again, this one I have not used either. So I'm going to take my sticker and I'm just going to put it right in the case, in the back of the case. Ta-da. Peel this off. This one is kind of cool too. There we go. I'm just going to set this down. So you always have the rubber side up, or this is the rubber side, I guess the foam side up. So I'm just going to set it here. And again, I won't use any of the, I will not use the magnets because, unless your paper was bigger than this. There we go. And you could do that. You could have a bigger piece of paper, and then all you would have to do is, you could have a bigger piece of paper, and then all you would have to do is cut the paper down however you wanted it. Customize it. So let's put the dots on. Here we go. We're just going to set it down there. And what color should we make our dots? We should use, how about Starry Night? Starry, starry night. I love this color. So just directly inking it up. There we go. Like that. And straight down. And then just give it a good press. I know that some people have some kind of circle thing that they press down on. I suppose I could use like this, but mine has little bumpers on it so it doesn't go all the way down. But that's my bow maker. Ta-da. Oh, it's so cool. Look it. That's fun. I think this would be fun to do a bigger piece, cut it up, and just do a, you know, kind of all over the place on your cards, or do an ombre, you know, from dark to light. Do an ombre look on here. We can go the other direction even. That's pretty cool. Of course, you would turn it around either way. Maybe we'll try that. Should we try that quick? This is so dark. Maybe we'll do the Starry Night at the end here. And then I'll make it lighter further in. But if I was going to do the ombre, well, that's what we'll do. We'll do the ombre. What I would always do is start out with the lighter color so that you're not getting dark colors in your light colors, right? You won't notice if you have a little bit of lighter color in the dark one, but you will notice if you have a dark color in your light pads. So let's put that one to the side. Let's see here. We'll do, I'm just going to set some over here. So we'll do that one. Let's do this. I'll put a piece of paper down here. Come on. I'm just playing today, guys. Did you get that? You're like, yeah, we know. We know what you're doing. Sometimes it's just fun to play. So let's see here. If I'm going lighter, let's go to green. I mean, I don't know how many I need to put on here. So I'm going to go, I'll go with just these three. So I'm going to go with this, Tahitian. And I'm just going to put it like this. Tahitian. Orchid. There we go. And then it doesn't matter, right? Because this is much darker. Starry. Oops, get out of here. My little brushes are in my way. There we go. Okay. Now let's put it down and see what we have. This is like one of those, just experiment, play. Sit and play. You get all these little samples, and then you figure out what to do with all of them. Because now you've created something to mix and match for a card. Ooh, that's pretty. There you go. I have 3 colors on there. So the Tahitian, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. Ta-da. Now I'm going to have to do some work to get those, to use those. There we go. That's what I had for you today. Besides my favorites in the catalog, now that you can look at the catalog. So if you don't have one, let me know. I sent some more out. Jean, yours is coming. I got it sent out yesterday in the mail. So Patty got hers. Yay. So exciting. So these are the new big, now I have my, this one is in a, these are the new big stamps. I think they're pretty cool. They make interesting backgrounds. You can do all kinds of different things with them. Here's the world one. I thought that was really cool. So lots of fun to play with, but the easiest way to play with them is with your Stamparatus. I can guarantee that. Those big blocks, oh look at, now they'll know I stamped today. I'm all full of it. All right, there we go. I just think this stamp, if you still have that set, is just perfect to go with this stamp, with the world stamp. I just think with everything that goes on, isn't that a good thought? Every act of kindness changes the world. That was lots of fun. All right, that was Snappy Doodle Fast. I'm gonna turn, oh boy, I'm wearing, I have ink everywhere. Holy smoly. Okay, let me turn this around. Ta-da, oh there, see, there you can see it better. Ta-da. Okay. So this is the thing. This is what I'm predicting. I think that sometimes people think, well, I don't need those. I don't need those stamps, the big background stamps. But I'm going to make some cards that are so super cute, you're going to say, oh my gosh, I need that. I need those stamps. Hello, Karen. So, yeah, I had a number of comments on the Lighting Your Way stamp set. And that was really fun because it was people saying, yeah, I didn't need that. But now I do because it's super cute. So it's kind of nice to get a preview and pick and choose what you'd like. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Tuesday. I probably will come Tuesday earlier because I'm going to go see a movie with my friend at 3:05. So I will come earlier to you on Tuesday, probably 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock on Tuesday, so it wouldn't be talking on Tuesday at 2, it would be talking on Tuesday at 1. But I'll send out a reminder, and I'll figure out what to do. If there's something that you would like to see, please let me know. I don't have everything in the new catalog, but I do have a number of things. So let me know if there's a favorite, and I will try to bring that to you. So thank you so much. Y'all take care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.